Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dreams Updates. Thanks so much for great support. For my returning subscribers, I usually appreciate so much. If you are watching the video, yet you are new in the channel, take a second, hit the subscription button. Thank you so much for that subscription. So now, following the court ruling yesterday, the Court of Appeal said that Justice Philomena Mwilu acted unconstitutionally in empaneling a three-judge bench to hear the impeachment case against second Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. So after that court releasing the statement, now Honorable Senator Cleophas Malalah is coming out to release a press. And this press is said that for immediate release, May 10th, 2025. And the heading of the letter is say Kenya must go to factory setting. So now I want us to read this letter, but before we read this letter, guys, don't forget to like the video. If you like the video, you automatically support the channel. Otherwise, thanks so much for that like. So now I want us to talk about this letter from Cleophas Malalah, and the letter says that the heading of the letter is saying Kenya must go to factory setting. So this release is after yesterday Court of Appeal ruling said that the Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu acted unconstitutionally in empaneling a three-judge bench to hear the impeachment case against second Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. So now, so today now the Cleophas Malalah is coming out to release a letter for immediate release, May 10th, 2025. So now I want us to read this letter, then we proceed. So the letter is from Honorable Senator Cleophas Malalah for immediate release, May 10th, 2025. And the heading says Kenya must go back to factory settings. And Cleophas Malalah is saying, following yesterday's landmark ruling by the Court of Appeal, which declared that Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu acted unconstitutionally in empaneling a three-judge bench to hear the impeachment case against second Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. It is now clear that the High Court order issued in Kerugoya remains valid and binding. This means that the conservatory orders granted by Justice Richard Mwongo staying the impeachment and barring Proof Kithure Kindiki from assuming the office of Deputy President are still in force. In effect, Honorable Rigathi Gachagua remains the legitimate Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. So now that the first paragraph in which now Cleophas Malalah is saying that the order which Richard Mwongo gave staying the impeachment and barring Proof Kithure Kindiki from assuming the office of Deputy President are still in force. That's because the DCJ Philomena Mwilu acted unconstitutionally. So the second paragraph says this position is not driven by a pursuit of political power, but by a deep commitment to hold the spirit and letter of our Constitution. It is informed by the undeniable reality that despite the irreparable breakdown in the working relationship between President William Ruto and Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua stemming from ideological differences, mutual mistrust, and perceived act of betrayal by President Ruto, the Constitution does not permit personal or political disagreement to override the due process of law. Then, the rule of law must prevail over political expediency, and constitutional officeholder must be accorded the protection and dignity their offices command, irrespective of shifting political alliances. Another paragraph says, inevitably, the current administration has irretrievably lost legitimacy. What we now have is not a government, but a hollow shell, oblong in shape, directionless in ideology, and incoherent in structure. A staggering majority of cabinet secretary vehemently opposed the president's 2022 campaign agenda and are now shamefully pretending to implement it without conviction of consistency. Parliament is now a compromised chamber, hijacked by a clique of transactional leaders whose allegiance is not to the constitution but to political expediency. The lack of a defined majority or minority has rendered the House a toothless entity, incapable of meaning oversight or legislative independence. Worse still, part of the opposition has become a tragic parody of itself, muzzled, co-opted and tragically complicit, echoing state narrative in the morning and contradicting them by nightfall. So now you can clearly hear what Cleophas Malalah is saying through his letter today. So now that the process of reconstituting the Independent Electoral Boundary Commission is underway, it is my unequivocal view that the president must act in the highest interest of the republic by dissolving the government and seek a fresh mandate from the people, this time with his newly assembled patchwork coalition of so-called broad-based partners. As it stands, his government no longer reflects the will of the people. So now Cleophas Malalah is saying that this government of Ruto now doesn't reflect the will of the people. So now Kenya is in a full-blown constitutional and governance crisis. We are not merely at crossroads, we are teetering at the edge of collapse. And Cleophas Malalah is finishing the letter by saying Kenya must go back to factory settings. So now you can clearly see that Cleophas Malalah now is on the side of the Rigathi Gachagua, because this letter is clearly indication that he supports Rigathi Gachagua so much. That's why he today released a press letter. So now the heading of the press letter is Kenya must go to factory settings. Kenya, what's your opinion on this letter? Drop it at the comment section. Otherwise, thanks so much for great support. If you're watching the video, don't forget to like the video. And if you have not subscribed, take a second, hit the subscription button. My name is I Am Dreams Updates. Thanks so much. Let's meet in another video.